Hello everyone, today we'll be doing a solo Grandmaster run Arms Dealer with Warlock. For my subclass, I'll be using the Prismatic. Here are the mods and fragments I'll be using for my video. For my kinetic, I'll be using a scout rifle with kinetic tremors. Next, I'll be using a submachine gun with jolt feedback. For my heavy, I'll be using Grand Overture. So this Oscillation mod is a unique mod where everyone hates or loves it. Where if you're using a scout rifle, the weapon decays at ×3 around 30 to 35%. And if you are using a submachine gun or arc shotgun or any shotgun, you are having a weapon boost of 40 to 50%. Around there. Now here's the problem with Oscillation. If you are using the weapon that has ×3 boost, let's just pretend I'm using submachine gun. If you use it too much, then it slowly goes to weapon ×2, weapon ×1, then to the decay. But then what you have to do is switch to your scout rifle or your grenade launcher, and those 3 weapons are gonna have the damage boost. And then you just keep using those weapons, and then once it goes to weapon decay, then you switch to your submachine gun or arc shotgun or a regular shotgun. I know this sounds really confusing, but I'll try to explain it while using these weapons. It is a unique mod. I personally do like it. And for the weapons that are not mentioned with the Oscillation, I'm assuming, I'm making a guess, I'm not a math scientist, I am an artist, alright? I don't have the math, alright? I am guessing that with using a bow or a machine gun, it's around -20%. So during this section, of course, you need to take down the ship. The reason why I'm using Grand Overture is to take down the ship faster. You can use also Xenophage, which I might do that next time, not sure. It's just that Grand Overture is really good because you can use missiles, you could have extra DPS. Now what they like to mention is that for the Oscillation mods, since they do debuff all the weapons, you know, all that goody stuff, you could actually bypass the Oscillation with kinetic tremors, explosive payload, jolt, pretty much around those types of ability or extra perks that you can do to bypass the Oscillation. I know it is crazy. I think Bungie forgot to fix the bug, and then there is a Fireball no Jutsu behind me. So you can see an example. I am using submachine gun. Weapon boost ×2. Right? So when you are using a submachine gun and it has weapon, boost ×3, it slowly goes down all the way to decay. So now I'm using a sky rifle. So right now it says weapon damage decay ×3. So that means your opposite weapon, such as the shotgun or submachine gun, is going to be weapon damage boost ×3. So always remember, if you see damage boost times, then the opposite weapon is going to have a boost. You'll see what I mean very soon. I'm trying my best to explain as simple as possible. It is a little complicated, but now I am going to be using my scatter rifle, and you can see right here. I'm using submachine guns ×3 right now. I'm just going to wait patiently and let this barrier champion just slowly walk from the left to the right. Now I could push and then just take down the barrier champion, but then those dogs... And I really didn't want to deal with it at all. So I am going to wait for this barrier champion to cooperate with me. And remember that the barrier champion does have a machine gun, so you have to be extra careful with him. But you can see here, I am using a sky rifle. Weapon decay times 3. Connect tremors, bypass oscillation. And like I said, you can use a machine gun. I mean, the machine gun doesn't have any weapon decay. If you guys notice, my machine gun has nothing. But it still debuffs the weapon. It still is around minus 20%. Where the weapon decay for the sky rifles is probably 30 or 35% minus. Now you're gonna take down the dogs. They do have these shock element, these banes, and it's completely random. Be very happy because it's not the drainers. Now imagine if it was drainers, it would be an absolute nightmare. So I am using the sky rifle. The sky rifle has damage boost, regular one. And then the submachine gun has weapon decay. You have to juggle around with the weapons. And if you use too much, then you have to switch to the scout or pulse or grenade launcher. So I am going to take down your champion from fire distance. So my sky rifle has a damage boost. So now my sky rifle is, pretty good damage. You can also use your transcendence if you want to, but honestly I would just wait for the next mini wave. But you can see I'm using my sky rifle. I'm switching to my submachine gun. My submachine gun starts to decay, and then I can switch to my sky rifle and then take down a bigger champion. Now there is a mini boss up ahead with the strand shield. Yay for this rework arms dealer. Now I don't really like the new version so much because there's just a lot of bugs going on. A lot of bugs. Now the boss fight for arms dealer isn't so bad. I just keep forgetting about the ad spawns. That's just me, by the way. So I would prefer the old version and then the new version boss fight. If that could be combined together, then I would say I would like this GM. But unfortunately, it's not my favorite anymore and I don't like it. So I'm going to pick up the orb, let it go, and then just add spawn kill these ads. So we do get a bang, we get the shocker, unfortunate, but the good news is it's not a drainer or fireball, no jutsu. So we're going to use my finisher. I'm going to take down a bigger champion. Hopefully it will work out. And of course he bunny hops near the other major boss. Alright, well, what a bummer. Bad luck there. So I'm going to use my submachine gun. Might as well. I have damage boost. And then it's going to go to weapon decay if I use it too much. So I did throw the stasis turret from far distance so I could take down the mini boss guard and then the barrier champion. Also remember, when you do dunk the orb, there will be a ship, so highly recommend you take down the ship before taking down the other champion. So I'm going to pick up the solar charge, or I'm just going to call it the orb. So I'm going to pick up the orb. Yay, it's solar. So we can free the minions. Alright, we're going to call them minions. I know they're called, I know they're the allies, but we're just gonna call them minions for now. So once you release the minions and they do their dirty work, you use Grand Overture or Xenophage or pretty much, a nice, good, heavy weapon that you can take down to the ship. Now your minions are going to distract the champions and the mini boss. Yes, I know. Minions. You can use your Transcendence, and then I am going to use a machine gun because it has weapon times boost. Then after that, I'm gonna switch to my Sky Rifle because now the Sky Rifle is gonna have weapon ×3 boost. So you have to keep switching around. You can see here the submachine gun has weapon decay, even though the Oscillation says that submachine guns are gonna be gradually increased damage. So that's another thing that confuses me. It never said in the description that I had to keep switching weapons, or it didn't say the Oscillation, right? Like, hear me out. This is, I mean, not thinking about it, really hard about this mod. How come the description didn't say that when using scout rifles, pulse rifle, and grenades, they will be decreased, while the submachine guns and shotguns will be increased? But when using these submachine guns and shotguns, they will gradually reduce the damage, where scout and pulse rifle grenade launchers will increase. Like, why didn't they mention that in the mod? It didn't say that you had to keep switching weapons back and forth to get the weapon boost. That's the one thing that kind of irritates me about this mod. It doesn't really fully explain of how the mod works. And yes, I did save a lot of your time and effort. So now you understand how this mod works. Now I am using machine gun to take down the ships because, well, one, my recoil for console on Xbox and PlayStation is just awful. So, I mean, yes, you could use your submachine gun on PC and you can take down the Drescher, but I honestly highly recommend you don't do that on Xbox or PlayStation. I tried it and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. I tried it. It just don't do it. Trust me, you'll waste time. Just switch your ground overture and then take down the ship that way. So once I take down the Banes and all these champions, we're gonna take down more champions. Yay. And I'm gonna pop a healing rip. Now, just remember the ship from up ahead. You do need to take down the turret. I will show you very soon what I'm talking about. Now, a cool trick you can do is you can use your submachine gun, right? And then when you have your Sky Rifle damage ×3, you can easily take down a turret with your Sky Rifle when it has ×3 damage boost. Now, I am going to lure this unstoppable champion so I can have an easier time, because there is a barrier champion that likes to use the submachine gun. Yeah, great, right? So once I take down one of the champions, now I'm gonna go push and then take down the barrier champion. Now, like I said, you do need to take down the turret. Is that itty bitty white dot? You see that white dot from the left side, or yes, that one. Take it down with a Grand Overture or a Sky Rifle if it has weapon boost ×3. Now, if it doesn't have it, then I would just use Grand Overture. Now, everything is looking good, and I do need to say that when you take down a barrier champion, there's going to be teleportation bugs. Yes, bugs that will appear behind you. So make sure you use your super or transcendence to clear out ads, because this is probably the perfect time after you take down barrier champion is to go up in this roof and then take down all these ads. And the reason why I highly recommend to go over here or use your transcendence right away is because there's bugs. There's teleportation with these cabals everywhere. I know I sound crazy, but I'm telling you right now, based on my experience with this horrendous GM, there's glitches where they just spawn behind you or beside you and then they just two-shot you. It's just weird. I don't like it, but I'm just being honest. Just go on top of the roof and clear down the ads. Now, if you want to use your transcendence, go ahead. Highly recommend. Once we pick up this little orb, dunk it, and then go back on the top of the roof, there will be an unstoppable champion that will appear. Just take him down quickly. And use your super. Yes, use your super. Don't hesitate. This is going to be a long GM, alright? It's just a lot of ads, a lot of things going on. Use your super. Don't be scared. take them all down. And if the unstoppable champion is still alive, just ignore him. Your minions will do all the dirty work. You can see here. The best thing is to clear all the ads, because for some reason the minions' weakness is when there's a bunch of ads and they get unalive or they get bungeed. And we don't want that to happen. So make sure you take down the snipers. Those scions right there. There's 2 of them from left and right, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, surprise, surprise. The Sky Rifle has weapon boost ×2. And then once it goes to decay, it's gonna have the shotgun or the submachine gun to be weapon boost. Now it doesn't work on machine guns or bows. Like I said in the mod, it says only the submachine guns and shotguns, you know, is the weapons that you can use for the Oscillation mod. But like I said, they didn't really fully explain of how it works with the switch. You gotta switch this to do this, or maybe it's a bug, maybe it's not supposed to do that. Maybe it's supposed to be weapon ×3 on Sky Rifles and pulse and grenades. And then the shotguns and submachine gun is supposed to be ×3 boost. And it's not supposed to change at all. Maybe it's not supposed to change at all. Maybe it's supposed to be like that format. Maybe it's a bug. I'm not sure. You know, they haven't mentioned it, so I guess I'm assuming the mechanic is what they're going for, and the Oscillation mod hasn't been explained fully. So now we're gonna go through the tank. And yes, a drainer, welcome me. The drainer welcomes me. It's like, hello, Blitz. I am the drainer. And I like to be a hunter. So once we take down one of the cabals, then there'll be snipers. And we're gonna take down the tank. Now I am going to just move all the way from the left and from the right. Usually I do that method to take down the tank. Right now there's just a couple of ads I do want to try my best to ignore. I do want to take down the tank. But you can see, you can just strafe your way to the left or to the right. You can avoid getting shot by the tank, basically. But I am using the Sky Rifle with Kinetic Tremors. I will say that Leviathan's Breath is really good to take down a tank, but it's not so great for the whole Arms Dealer Nightfall. Not so much with this mod. Now, if we didn't have the Oscillation mod, then highly recommend Leviathan's Breath. But because we have this mod, unfortunately, and it's confusing because it doesn't explain fully how it works with the perks and the weapon damage buff and weapon damage debuff. They don't explain it. So right now, I have Sky Rifle, weapon decay ×3. Now, when I switch to my submachine gun, I am going to get a weapon boost ×3. So I'm going to switch very soon. I should be able to switch. If not, I'm probably waiting for a Unstoppable Champion. I'm trying to remember at the moment. So there are going to be a couple snipers. There should be an Unstoppable Champion. So there he is, you know, saying, hello, Blitz. I'm going to take down the sniper. They are kind of bothering me. And I'm using Grand Overture. And also the missiles, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but the missiles doesn't seem to get debuffed from the Oscillation. So the missiles bypasses the Oscillation mod, which is why Grand Overture is such a unique, good weapon for this GM. Of course, Legend of Accuracy is good too, if you do want to use a shotgun, because you can two-shot the barrier champions very quickly when you have the weapon damage boost. Alright. It's still good even if it has the weapon decay. But just to let everyone know. So once we take down the barrier champion, I'm just gonna keep clearing all these ads. Right now, I do want to use my submachine gun, but they're just a little too far away from me. But, you know, if I was on PC, you know, I wouldn't have a problem of using my submachine gun right now. But unfortunately, can't do that in the game. Well, for this version. I could have made this round a little bit more faster, but oh well, you know, nothing I could do. So yeah, all these cabals are gonna push and try to throw their grenades. I also noticed there is a heavy brick from the right side. I'm surprised I didn't notice it, so my bad for that. I was just mainly focusing on clearing all the ads as much as I can. And yes, I am using a submachine gun right now. So the submachine gun has weapon damage boost ×2. And now it's going to damage boost. And then later on it will go decay. Sooner or later, you can see there. Weapon damage decay on submachine gun. And I'm just going to keep using it a bit. And then I'm probably going to switch to my sky rifle. Then my sky rifle is going to get 50% buff or 45% buff. So my sky rifle has ×1, but imagine ×3, and wouldn't that be fun? So I'm still going to use my submachine gun because I do want my sky rifle to be a little bit more stronger. So I'm doing this on purpose. Alright, so now the submachine gun has ×3, even though the Oscillation says that weapons increases for submachine guns and shotguns. I mean, what's going on here? The description for Oscillation is kind of, you know, it's a little bungeed, you know, a little bungee there. But anyway, there is a drainer. I will take him down. He is going to be a headache, so we must unalive him right away. And yes, I am using the tonic bottle so I can blind them and jolt them. It's really fun. Definitely try it out. And I am using my super, might as well. Now, I should have used my super a little bit more. So that was one mistake. I noticed I could have used my super a little bit more. So my bad for that. I just didn't want to be near the Tormentor. So my bad for that. And I also could have blinded him too. Because I keep forgetting this is the mini Tormentor. Not the other Tormentor from Liminality. You can also blind him. And that's one thing I keep forgetting. And when I was doing this run, I was kind of new to this blinding build with arc weapons. So yeah, you can actually blind him with Grand Overture, with the submachine gun. But since I don't have any more armor charge, then it doesn't get blinded. So that was one thing I should have done. I should have quickly used my missiles and then back away. I'm going to do my finisher and then we're going to go to the next area. Of course, a bank would always ruin my run. But I made a mistake. There's teleportation and I'm missing a couple of unstoppable champions. So we're going to take down all the champions. We're going to let them, you know, come to me. And then I'm going to do DPS and then just get the bungee out of here. But yeah, isn't this great? Unstoppable champions. It just makes my day. Perfect. I really love this GM. So many bugs. I mean, we saw the Bane getting bugged. We saw Cabals getting bugged. It's probably going to be more bugs at the boss fight too. Alright, so we did take down all the champions. I'm just gonna go to a mini shortcut-ish. Not really a shortcut, to be honest. I just like going here just for fun. So I'm gonna jump and then run away because I don't want to take my time clearing all the ads. I mean, they're already annoying as it is. I just want to get to the boss fight. Alright, we're gonna go to the boss fight. I'm gonna do DPS at the boss. So there is Unstoppable Champion. There's 2 barriers. He's gonna be hopping his way, and there's turrets, which I highly recommend to take down. So make sure you take them down. Yes, I could have used my super to clear more ads and make this run way more faster. So my bad for that. I wasn't really thinking about it too much. I was focusing on the turrets and the champion. So that's one thing I could have done. I could have just used my super to take down the barrier champions. Well, at least one of them, and then pull back. So that was one mistake that I did for this run. You know, could have made it more cleaner than it's supposed to be. And yes, Unstoppable Champion decided to back away. And sometimes he likes to go all the way from the back. Alright, so there's going to be a couple of turrets. Unstoppable Champion is not cooperating. So I do need to back away, go on the ship, might as well, and just see if I can take down all these ads. But like I said, highly recommend to use your super. You know, I forgot that I can use my super for this. And yes, another Fireball no Jutsu. What is he doing? My goodness. There's a lot of them. I mean, the good news is there's not a lot of drainers. I think we only saw maybe 1 or 2 for this run. Make sure you take him down. And then we're going to take down the other champions. It's just going to be a fun day for me, but not for you. Well, actually, it's quite the opposite. It's going to be fun for you, but not for me. So like I said, you can use your Transcendence, so make sure you use your Transcendence to take down all these ads. I forgot I had it, so forgive me for that. I couldn't make this way more faster. So that was just one mistake I could have done better and more efficient. And of course I used my Transcendence a little too late, but it's okay, at least I used it. And I also forgot about the Unstoppable Champion. I forgot that he sometimes goes back if you don't take him down. So make sure you take down the Unstoppable Champion. And now I'm just gonna shoot missiles so he can be bungeed. Now we have one more Unstoppable, well, one more barrier champion that we can take down. So this is basically how it works for the pre-boss fight room. You clear the 3 champions, take down the turrets, you know, do some damage for the boss so you can just hop away like a bunny. And take down the Banes even though they weren't there in the old version, but you know, they added them. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention is these Banes. They're actually at the boss fight too. It is completely RNG, so I cannot, you know, I wish it was fixed. I wish the Banes were fixed so I could know exactly which ones we're gonna have, but I guess that's what Bungie wants, so there's really nothing I could really say. But it is kinda unfair, like this for example. So there is gonna be another Unstoppable Champion that will spawn, but for some reason he just glitched in front of me. Yeah, I know. So see what I mean about glitches where Cabals teleport on you, Banes teleport on you, and then now we have champions teleport on you. See, he's not supposed to be here. Unstoppable Champion. He's supposed to spawn into a Cabal ball down, you know, that platform, the elevator. It's supposed to be on the elevator. Alright? Around with the other ads. But nope. It's like, nah, Blitz, let me teleport. Instant transmission. Let me follow Goku's ability. But yeah, it is unfortunate. I mean, I was a little annoyed that it happened where the champion just teleports on you. I mean, how can anyone even defend this? Or defend this GM and say it's the best GM ever? I mean, look at these bugs. Look at these teleportations. Unstoppable Champion just teleport in front of me. He's supposed to spawn on this spot where I'm standing. Around there. And for some reason, he just didn't want to cooperate. So now we're going to go up and deal with the final boss. Now, they actually changed the mechanics. And it isn't so bad. I mean, the thing about it is the turrets. The turrets is probably going to be the ones that are going to mess up your runs. And the ship, if you don't know where to stand. Now, there are turrets. Sorry, I'm going to take them down. Now, I forgot how many are they. So I'm going to guess around 7. So this is 1. And then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So around 7 to 8. Alright. But make sure you take them down. And then later on, there's going to be more spawn of turrets near the middle of the map when the boss starts to move. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. There's a lot of turrets. And then during the last phase, there is snipers, but you can take down the boss quickly to avoid these snipers. Which is why I decided to use this super, because I can quickly do DPS at the boss and not worry about the snipers, you know, shooting my guardian. So I am just trying to find the turret. There he is. He's just hanging around with the boss. If I could just do a little sniper at this turret, then I'm gonna start doing DPS at the boss and do a mini time skip. Alright, there we go. Perfect. What a beautiful day. So I'm gonna go up to this little mini wall platform. I'm gonna keep using Grand Overture over and over. So I am gonna use the missiles so I can make the boss move. So now I'm gonna use my missiles. I'm gonna use my super. And to be honest, I think I overdid it. See, I thought that the missiles wasn't gonna do a lot of damage. So biggest mistake ever. This was my first run using Grand Overture at the boss fight. And I didn't think the Grand Overture would be that powerful, so it actually shocked me a bit. So I could have just used Grand Overture and then just use my super to clear these ads faster. So that was just me. You know, I didn't know it would be that powerful. So there is a ship, so be very careful. Take down the turret. And yes, the turret is that shiny light, which I could make a Disney joke right now, but I'm not gonna do that. You know, that little twinkle light, bright. But I'm not gonna make a joke about it. I really want to, but I'm not going to do it. So now we're gonna go and take down the ads, and then we're gonna take down the ship, because the ship is kind of, you know, messing up my aiming assist-ish. So this is gonna be fun. Look at this ship doing a little mini twirl. You know, remember I always make jokes about bear champions doing ballerina twirls? This ship likes to do twirls too. If you don't believe me, just keep looking. Look at him. He's gonna go up, twirl. He's gonna go left, look. He's gonna go turn from the left, wait. Then he's gonna do a little twirl very soon. Very soon. See, there you go. Little twirl. See, I really hate that ship. And it's extremely annoying to take down the turret, but with the power of the Grand Overture, you can take it down quickly. So we're gonna take down this Cabal, and you know, I'm glad he's not a bank, because I thought he was at first, but he's not. But his blast, his Kai blast, can two-shot you, which is why I jumped and float. And yes, I did get stuck from the mine. I thought the mine was gonna one-shot me, but now we all know that it won't one-shot you. It would just take half of your health or a little bit of your health. So that's the good news. So I did grab the orb, and then I dropped it. Now I could carry the orb to the other, you know, to dunk it. But here's the problem. See, if I do that, then I'm gonna have more ads. That's 1. 2, the boss is gonna be psychopathic and start sniping everywhere. Pretty much be stuck, so that's why I decided to just pick up the orb, drop it, and then clear all these ads. Now if you have Transcendence, then go for it, use it, have fun, spam abilities. That's what Bungie wants us to do. They want us to spam abilities. I guess maybe that's why people don't like this Oscillation, because it's focused on using your weapons, and now people don't want to use weapons. People just want to use abilities. And it does get kind of annoying even for me, but right now I'm just going with the flow. I'm just following whatever Bungie wants us to do. Even though I don't like it, I still will try my best to make it work. So now we're going to take down this guard so we can get the orb. I'm going to use my finisher, pick up the orb, and Bungie out of my way. I gotta go and dunk this Bungie. Because dawning, right? Alright, so I'm gonna dunk this orb. And now we're gonna have fun, because the boss is gonna go psychopathic mode. 1. 2, we're gonna have more ads. 3, we will have some minions that we will free that will help us a bit. So just be very careful with the dogs. So sometimes the dogs like to push. And also I forgot to mention there's gonna be a bunch of turrets as well. So be very careful with the turrets. I think for this run, I don't think I took down the other turrets, the middle turrets. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I did. But anyway, just be very careful with the boss. I did use my missiles to do DPS. So once the boss starts to move, that's when the ship is going to come. So once I do DPS at the boss, he's going to start moving. He's going to, you know, teleport. So depending how much DPS you have, depending on how much DPS you do, the boss will teleport. That's the new thing. It teleports up so it can go to his bubble. So very soon we're going to have a ship that's going to be harassing us. And for the ship to spawn, you just have to keep doing DPS at the boss until he pops his bubble. Alright, once the boss pops the bubble, we're gonna have the ship that's gonna spawn. Now, I highly recommend to take down this ship as fast as you can because he is a pain. And I did try to use my missiles, but it kept missing, so that was unfortunate. So just use your weapon. Just keep using Grand Overture and pop a Healing Rift. You never know. And yes, I did decide to go down because he was just doing a lot of damage on my Guardian. So now I'm going to go for plan B, where I'm just going to shoot the tail of the ship. So once we take down the ship, then you can clear all these ads. There's going to be ads from the far left side. There's going to be a couple of ads in the middle. So just use your Transcendence. Just clear everything. And if you get heavy, even better. You know, you can use it on the majors, you can save it for the boss fight. And yes, your minions will help you, but sometimes they do get in the way. For me. I know for other players it's good. For me, they just get in the way, but they do help. So that's why I like to call them the minions. So I'm going to pick up the solar orb and then let go because we're going to try our best to clear all the ads. So now there's going to be more ads, and there is more from the far back, which I forgot to take down later on. So if you want to, definitely you can use your super. I'm trying to remember if I did use my super for this run, so I think I forgot. I don't think I used it, but if you do have your super, just use it, clear down the ads, just take them down. There's going to be a bunch of Banes, a bunch of Captains, and they're going to be focusing on him. So like I said, there is a couple of ads from the far distance which I need to take down. I did throw my stasis turret. And then you can use your submachine gun or grand overture, which is quickly taking them down. Everything looks good. So far, so good. So now we're going to take down the mini boss. So we can grab the orange orb or solar orb or shiny orb. Any names you can think of. So I'm going to pick up the orb and we're going to go dunk the orb. And we're going to be at the last phase. And now we're going to have minions, more minions to help us out. So I'm going to dunk the orb. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let the minions do their dirty work. I'm going to wait patiently. I will later on use my super and then use the missiles to do DPS at the boss. But then later on I said, you know what? I can't take it anymore. So usually I wait for the turrets to spawn, but I just don't have patience. So I just use my missiles, use my super, and then just take down the boss as quickly as possible. I just didn't have the patience to wait for the turrets to spawn in. So I took down the boss. A bunch of turrets did spawn and try to shoot me. And then we got platinum rank. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.